The second and final face-off between U.S. President Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger Joe Biden looked a lot more like a real debate compared to their first meeting back in September. However, it didn't change the trajectory of the upcoming U.S. presidential election. From their opening remarks to their closing statements, both men offered contradicting views and visions on how they see America moving forward. Here are some highlights of the 90-minute debate.
Good evening from Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Kristen Welker of NBC News as we welcome to the stage former Vice President Joe Biden and President Donald J. Trump.
It was the final high-stakes showdown in a race that has been marked by bitter recriminations and dramatic twists and turns. But on the last debate night, President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden were both relatively restrained on the Nashville stage, sparring on substantive policy issues throughout the hour-and-a-half event. The mute button worked, but there was a fair dose of personal attacks and political theatrics, from Rudy Giuliani's veracity to Hunter Biden's business dealings to whether Biden was really from Scranton, Pennsylvania. But overall, the night produced a back and forth between the candidates that was far easier to follow.
I take full responsibility. It's not my fault that he came here. It's China's fault. And you know what? It's not Joe's fault that he came here either. It's China's fault.
This is the same fellow who told you this is going to end by Easter last time. This is the same fellow who told you that, don't worry, we're going to end this by the summer. We're about to go into a dark winter, and he has no clear plan, and there's no prospect.
But it no longer is Obamacare, because without the individual mandate, it's much different. Pre-existing conditions will always stay. What I would like to do is a much better health care, much better, will always protect people with pre-existing. So I'd like to terminate Obamacare, come up with a brand new, beautiful health care.
People deserve to have affordable health care, period. Period, period, period. And the Biden care proposal will, in fact, provide for that affordable health care, lower premiums. What we're going to do is going to cost some money. It's going to cost over $750 billion over 10 years to do it. And they're going to have lower premiums. You can buy into the better plans, the cheaper plans, lower your premiums, deal with unexpected billing, and have your drug prices drop significantly. He keeps talking about it. He hasn't done a thing for anybody on health care.
Children are brought here by coyotes and lots of bad people, cartels, and they're brought here, and they used to use them to get into our country. We now have as strong a border as we've ever had. We're over 400 miles of brand new wall.
These 500-plus kids came with parents. They separated them at the border to make it a disincentive to come to begin with. Big, real tough. We're really strong. And guess what? They cannot, it's not coyotes didn't bring them over. Their parents were with them. They got separated from their parents. And it makes us a laughing stock and violates every notion of who we are as a nation.
Let me ask you a follow-up question.
Kristen, they did it. We changed the policy.
Your response
they
to that?
They did it. We changed.
Did not
they built the
separate
cages. Who built the cages?
Because we made a mistake. It took too long to get it right. It took too long to get it right. I'll be president of the United States, not vice president of the United States. And the fact is, I've made it very clear. Within 100 days, I'm going to send to the United States Congress a pathway to citizenship for over 11 million undocumented people. And all of those so-called dreamers, those DACA kids, they're going to be immediately certified again to be able to stay in this country and put on a path to citizenship. Climate change and climate warming, global warming, is an existential threat to humanity. Have a transition from the oil industry, yes, because it has to be replaced by renewable energy over time. And I'd stop giving to the oil industry, I'd stop giving them federal subsidies. He won't give federal subsidies to the gas, to solar and wind.
Yeah.
Why are we giving it to oil industry?
Look at China, how filthy it is. Look at Russia. Look at India. It's filthy. The air is filthy. I know more about wind than you do. It's extremely expensive, kills all the birds. I love solar, but solar doesn't quite have it yet. It's not powerful yet to really run our big, beautiful factories that we need to compete with the world. So
false.
It's all a pipe dream. But you know what we'll do?
Overall, the debate did not resemble the fiery confrontation between Trump and Biden at their forum last month, when Chris Wallace lost control of the proceedings. After the Thursday night's debate, Wallace conceded that he was jealous of Welker's debate.
Really appreciate it. President Trump, former Vice President Joe Biden.
U.S. Election Desk, WION World is One.